Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of the commission series of videos. In part 1 we looked at whether or not the employer should write down the entitlement to a commission structure, either doing nothing at all, putting it in the contract in terms of a very brief clause, or putting a detailed schedule together. In this and the next video we're going to be talking about how we tighten the commission arrangements. So how do we ensure that what we intend to reward as part of a commission scheme is actually delivered in practice? And the most important element to start with is probably the easiest to understand in the employer's mind, and that is what amounts to a sale. So often commission will refer to the sale of products or services, and in this example that's what we're going with. So the worst that I have seen, and I see it very often, is, for example, a percentage paid on all revenue generated. And that is not tightly defined at all, because it doesn't talk about who generated that revenue, whether there is a distinction between new and existing customers. There's no preconditions, so that revenue could, for example, not generate any profit and make the business a loss. So start with your objectives. What exactly are you trying to reward? And then let's see how we can tighten that. So firstly, I would look at who is a customer. So is that somebody who's traded with the business before, or are you focusing on new business? So you may only allow an employee to earn commission on an account which hasn't traded with you in the last 12 months. Again, are we targeting new business, or are we rewarding existing business, or both? So therefore we may have different levels of commission for different types of customer. Often the business will want to reward new business more generously, perhaps for a period of time, rather than simply rewarding on the maintenance of existing accounts. Are we focusing on revenue, or are we focusing on gross profit? Is there a minimum level of gross profit which must be achieved in order for somebody to be able to earn commission? And is there a minimum sales threshold? So do we only want commission to apply once an employee has, for example, paid for himself in terms of his own direct costs? Is there an approval process that an employee must go through in order to complete a sale and be entitled to commission? And do we have different levels of commission for the sale of different products and services? So the most frustrating thing I see across a lot of employers is where there is no relationship between the commission paid, which may be based on revenue, and the gross profit which is generated. So they may find themselves paying out to employees commission on really bad sales because there's actually no profit in it. And that really goes to what we're aiming to reward, because whatever you are writing down as rewarding is what the employer will go to. And if it's revenue, we need to ensure that there is a mechanism for ensuring that gross profit forms part of the equation there. I would also look at when that might taper off. So when I talked about rewarding new business more generously, if you are doing that, if you have new business commission and existing business, at what point does new business commission taper off? Now, if it's a product that you would only sell to them once, you would only have commission once. If you are selling annual contracts with a renewal, you might want to define that new business tapers off after 12 months and perhaps becomes a much lower maintenance commission rate. I would also define when a sale is actually achieved. So again, 1% of revenue on all customers. That doesn't confirm when commission is going to be paid. And I would generally expect to see commission paid once an invoice is paid by the client. Some businesses do achieve this or pay it out once terms have been signed or there is a commitment to pay, but that can create issues further down the line in the event, for example, of a customer default. And I would also tighten up the payment dates as well. So are we paying monthly? Are we paying monthly in arrears, quarterly? That sort of thing. And the payment date becomes very important when we come to the final video on commission arrangements, when we're talking about potentially withholding in the event of giving notice or termination of employment. So I hope you found part 2 useful. In part 3, we're going to look at other ways of tightening commission arrangements and more about how we might claw back or restrict payments in certain circumstances. If you found this useful and you need any support on this drafting or employment law generally, please do get in touch. Visit the website chadwicklawrence.co.uk or email employmenthub@chadlaw.co.uk. Thank you.